Have you ever felt disconnected from your body? Like no matter how hard you try to rest, you still feel unsettled. Maybe you're anxious. Maybe life feels unstable, like the ground beneath your feet is missing. If so, this isn't just stress. It could be a blocked root chakra. And today, we'll walk together through a journey to ground you deeply into the healing energy of the earth, the root of our disconnection. Have you ever stood in a room full of people and still felt completely alone? Have you ever laid in bed at night, the lights off, the world quiet, but your mind still racing, as if something's missing? That feeling, subtle, hollow, and constant, is the sign of a deeper disconnection. In Buddhism, there's a teaching that says, when the mind forgets the body, suffering begins. We live in an age where people are more connected online, but more disconnected within. We scroll endlessly. We multitask until we're numb. We chase deadlines, money, approval, but rarely pause to ask, where am I in all of this? And more importantly, where is my center? That center is your root chakra, your inner ground wire. It is the energetic space that says, you belong here. You are safe to exist. You are enough just by being. But when this chakra is imbalanced or blocked, you begin to live in survival mode. Your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. Even in peaceful settings, you feel on edge. Even when nothing's wrong, you brace for something bad. You may feel constant low-grade anxiety, a need to control everything, restlessness in your legs or body, difficulty sleeping deeply, a fear that you don't quite fit in this world. From a karmic lens, this isn't random. The pain you carry in your root is not just yours. It can be ancestral, passed down through generations. It can be the residue of past lives where survival was threatened, where trust was broken, where the earth did not feel safe. In the physical world, if a tree's roots are shallow, a storm will rip it from the ground. And the same is true for us. Without spiritual grounding, emotional chaos becomes the norm. But there is another way. There is a way to reroot, to re-anchor, to feel safe, not because the world is perfect, but because your inner earth is steady. And that begins with awareness. It begins by asking, where did I lose my grounding? When did I stop feeling safe to just be myself? These questions don't come from weakness. They come from wisdom, from the deep part of you that's ready to come home. What is the root chakra really? The root chakra, called Muladhara in Sanskrit, is not just a concept. It is your energetic birthplace. It is the first chakra to develop when you enter the physical world. It is the soil where the rest of your spiritual being will either flourish or collapse. If the root is unstable, nothing you build will feel solid. You can chase love, success, status, but without grounding, it all feels shaky, temporary, fragile. From a spiritual view, your root chakra is the bridge between your soul and your body. It's where spirit becomes form, where breath becomes bone, where energy becomes existence. And yet, so many of us are afraid to be here, afraid to fully land in the body, afraid to feel, afraid to trust. Why? Because the root is also the storage house of fear. All the fear you've carried, from childhood trauma, broken trust, rejection, even memories buried deep in your karmic field, they live here. You see, karma is not just some cosmic punishment system. In Buddhism, karma simply means action and the energy left behind by that action. When we are hurt, when we suppress emotion, when we abandon ourselves to fit in, we leave behind energetic residue. That residue collects, and if unhealed, it blocks the flow of life force through the root chakra. That's why some people, even when everything seems fine on the outside, still feel anxious, disconnected, numb. It's because their root chakra is clogged with unprocessed experiences. The good news: karma is not fixed. Energy can move. What has been buried can be cleared. And when the root chakra is healed, you no longer live in reaction to your past. You respond with intention in the present. Let me ask you, have you ever felt like you're always in survival mode, even when there's no threat? Do you struggle to feel safe without needing to control everything around you? Have you ever felt unworthy of being here, as if you had to earn your right to exist? These are not just psychological issues. They are spiritual wounds, wounds that live in your root. And those wounds can be healed, not through denial, not through spiritual bypassing, but by coming home to your body with gentleness and truth. The root chakra whispers, "You are here. You are allowed to be here. You are not a mistake." The earth has never doubted your right to exist. It is we who forgot, but you are here now. And that means you can begin again. Signs your root is out of balance. So how do you know your root chakra is imbalanced? You don't need a crystal. You don't need a psychic. You just need honesty. Because your body is already telling you every single day. Let's pause. Breathe and ask yourself, not from the mind, but from your body, do you constantly feel anxious, even when nothing is wrong? Do you wake up tired, even after 8 hours of sleep? Do you have trouble committing to routines, people, or even your own goals? Do you feel like you need to always be productive, just to feel worthy? Do you fear not having enough money, time, love, security? If you silently said yes, you're not broken, you're just ungrounded. And being ungrounded is not a personal failure. It's a spiritual disconnection. When your root chakra is blocked or underactive, your whole energy system becomes unstable. Your thoughts spin faster. Your emotions shift rapidly. Your breath becomes shallow. Your decisions come from fear, not wisdom. You start to live from the neck up, stuck in the mind, disconnected from the rest of your being. And over time, this creates more than just spiritual disease. You may also experience lower back pain, sciatic nerve issues, cold feet or poor circulation, digestive problems, tightness in your hips or pelvis, cravings for sugar, stimulants, or constant noise. But what's happening underneath all of this is something even deeper. A lack of trust, not just in others, but in life itself. And it makes sense. Because when your energetic foundation, the root, is cracked, how can you feel held? In Buddhist teachings, there is a word, dukkha. It means suffering or unease, the subtle friction of existence. But many forget what the Buddha said next. There is a way out of dukkha. And for many of us, that path begins by healing the root, by making peace with being here, by trusting that we are not abandoned, by realizing the earth has always been holding us. We just forgot how to feel it. So if you've been anxious, scattered, always rushing but never arriving, you're not weak, you're ready. Ready to come home, not to a place, not to a person, but to your own body, to the sacred ground of your being. Grounding as a spiritual practice. So how do we heal the root? How do we come back to our center when the world keeps pulling us away? Grounding is not just something nice to do. It is essential. It is sacred. It is the doorway between suffering and peace. But grounding is not about running from pain. It's about standing still long enough to feel it, to breathe through it, and to choose presence anyway. Let me share with you 5 powerful practices. Not spiritual theories, but living rituals. Simple acts that, if done with mindfulness, can shift the entire energy of your root chakra. 1. Sit or lie on the earth. Find a patch of grass. Sit beneath a tree. Lie on the sand. Let your skin touch the earth, not as a tourist, but as a child coming home. Close your eyes and silently say, "I am here. I return to the mother." The earth has no judgment, no deadlines. She simply receives. Even 5 minutes of direct contact can regulate your nervous system, soften your heart, and remind your body you are supported. 2. Conscious breathing, rooted breath. Sit tall. Place both feet flat on the ground. Now inhale, slowly. Feel your spine rise like a mountain. Exhale, feel your energy drop through your hips down into the earth. Repeat this gently. With each breath, visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet, deep, wide, ancient. Let them reach into the earth's core. Breathe as if you belong here, because you do. 3. The sacred sound lamb. Every chakra has a seed sound. For the root chakra, it is lamb. Sit in stillness, take a breath, and gently chant, Alayamam. Let the vibration echo in your pelvis, hips, and legs. This is not about singing perfectly. It's about awakening what's been asleep. You are calling your root back online. 4. Eat from the earth, grounding foods. What you consume becomes your vibration. To heal the root, choose foods that come from below the surface. Sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, onions, warm grains like oats and rice, herbal teas like ginger or cinnamon. Avoid cold, raw, overly stimulating meals. Eat with presence. Choose slowly. Taste your life. Let food not just nourish your body, but anchor your soul. 5. Daily affirmations reprogram your foundation. Words have power, especially when spoken with awareness. Try repeating these phrases each morning or any time you feel scattered. I am safe. I am supported by the earth. I trust life to carry me. It is okay to slow down. I belong here. Write them on your mirror. Speak them aloud with love, not to convince yourself, but to remember who you are. These 5 practices are simple, but if you honor them daily, gently, with full presence, they can rebuild your energetic foundation from the inside out. Because grounding is not a destination, it is a practice, a return, a remembering. And every time you choose to come back to your breath, back to your body, back to the moment, you are healing the deepest parts of your soul. From pain to peace, a new way of being. Something shifts when your root chakra begins to heal. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet like dawn after a long storm. Suddenly, you wake up, and you're not in a rush. Not because you have less to do, but because your energy is no longer scattered. You feel your feet on the floor, you breathe deeper, you listen more, you react less. This is the beginning of a new way of being. You stop trying to fix yourself. You start to accept yourself. You stop grasping for approval. You start to rest in your worthiness. You stop fearing uncertainty. You start to trust the ground beneath you. That's what happens when the root chakra is balanced. You begin to embody the quality of unshakable presence. Buddhism speaks of this: a mind that is calm, a body that is steady, a spirit that does not cling. The Buddha once said, "Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, so the wise are not moved by praise or blame." That is what the healed root gives you. not control, but stability without needing to control. People will notice. They won't say, "Oh, your root chakra is healed," but they'll feel it. They'll feel safer around you. They'll feel more grounded just by being in your presence. Because your energy no longer says, "I'm afraid." It says, "I'm here, fully, calmly, with love." You become a sanctuary, not just for yourself, but for others. And here's the truth. The world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more grounded hearts. People who are not driven by fear. People who walk with awareness. People who remember their roots and honor them. Because from those roots, compassion grows. From those roots, strength blossoms. From those roots, you stop surviving and start truly living. So if you've been in pain, lost, unsteady, let this be your sign. You're not broken. You're just waiting to return to the earth beneath you. This is the new way, not running, not proving, not chasing, just breathing, just trusting, just being rooted, alive, awake. A final blessing. If you're still here with me, it means something in you is ready. Ready to feel, ready to heal, ready to come home. This journey isn't linear. Some days you'll feel strong, other days shaky, but always remember, healing is not becoming someone new. It's remembering who you already are. You are earth, you are breath, you are enough, even now, especially now. So take a moment. Place your hands gently over your lower belly. Feel your body rise and fall. And whisper to yourself, "I am here, I am home." No matter what happens outside. Let this truth become your root. If this message touched you, if you felt even one moment of peace, then please support this space. Seedling subscribe to Radiant Mystic Space. This is a place where we explore healing, energy, karma, and spiritual wisdom in a grounded, loving way. Your presence here is not just welcome, it's sacred. So thank you for your time, your heart, your openness. Until next time, stay rooted, stay real, stay radiant. Dove Namaste.